Welcome to your day. So when I say your day, I don't just mean Civics Day today, which was designed entirely for all of you. I mean your day in that this is your generation's turn to become the caretakers of your community. Today, through challenging and we hope fun simulations, you're going to learn about your local government and how all the things that happen out of sight that keep our community tied together occur. This is typically hard work done by others for your benefit, all out of sight where we don't know about it.
Because as Judge Eustace said to you, the future is yours, the government is yours, and what you do with it is really up to you. And I want to begin by talking about what government is. And I'll venture to say that some of the things that you see around you, you probably don't realize that's what your government is. The public education that you got from kindergarten to 12th grade, and I know I met you folks in the front row, you're all sophomores, you still got 2 more years to go, but that education that you're getting, that's a government function since the days of Horace Mann. The roads, the bridges, the public transportation system that got you here this morning, those are all part of the infrastructure put in place by your government.
So I'm Susan Dietrich, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Medway School Committee. And the title of my presentation today is Crazy Enough.
I asked what Mrs. Dietrich thinks the benefit of having unpaid Board of Selectmen, unpaid school committee, etc., to kind of be in charge of the town and the decisions that are made.
Yeah, absolutely. So the benefit that any of us receives from doing this is not monetary. Like, we're not in it for the money. We're not doing it because there's a direct personal gain. What it does is it inspires the kind of person who's going to want to come in and examine what's best for the community and be willing to work toward making that change. And there's never a question of, oh, well, they're just doing it because they're going to make money out of it. That's not a good motivation. Doing something just to make money is not a good motivation. So we also have a planning and economic development board that looks into that looks at attracting different businesses, and they actually do look and study all of these different things. So believe it or not, people really do look at that, and sometimes proximity of things like you mentioned Panera, which is just over our border in Milford, may not want to be expanding because they get the highway traffic. So all of that's being considered, believe it or not. And if you want to know, when you turn 18, you're old enough to participate.
Really didn't know that we had made decisions about years past. I really felt it was important to maintain all of that information and run for office. So that was my why for running for the school committee, which I served 1 3-year term.
What if you get like a donation and then you don't end up spending it all? What do you do with it?
Good question. I'm not sure what happens to unused monies.
It actually stays in the account until it's used.
Until
So
it's used.
if you decide to run again 10 years later or 20 years later, it will remain in the account. It doesn't get returned, and candidates can use it over time for things that might develop their political presence. So this is where the rules can get fuzzy, but they can throw like a party and invite supporters to it and say, well, that's connected to maybe running for office again.
We all have a mission to do something. And I will leave that with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson about the role in government. He said, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you lived, that's a success. And that's what I think we do in government. And that inspires me to go to work every day. Thank you.